anyhow, the other thing I'd like to report on is that the decorative lighting, decorative safety lighting posts and luminaires are in. It was delivered, I believe, last week. And we had the fellow who was a contractor come down when they were delivered, and he took part in examining them when we put them in storage, and making sure that everything is correct, so that 2 months from now, when he starts to work with them, that he doesn't find out that there's problems and it's too late. Everything went slick from what what Sherry said. And Harry said, yeah. And they're in a place where this gentleman may want to start putting things together before the weather really breaks, so that they're put together, and all he has to do is bring them out and start installing. So that's a good thing. Okay. It looks like that, about a week ago that the burglar who has burglarized several places in O'Hara, Blawnox, and Aspenwall has been reprimanded. That has not been confirmed yet, but it's close to being confirmed. So that's a very good thing. I've got the report from the police on that a week or so ago, but you don't want to jump the gun until it's actually proven. But we're very, very confident that we have this gentleman. Okay. And Blawnox took part in his reprehension with O'Hara Township, so that was nice. We met today with the architect, Sherry and I, George Buca, and Joe Bellotti, and we had Sam on conference call and talked about some possible revisions to the bottom part of the addition, or the new renovation that we're going to get here. Talking about maybe flipping the area downstairs where the firemen were to be and where the police were to be, to flip that area. It looks like it's going to be more reasonable to do it that way, and it's going to be a better way to do it. So that we have some preliminary drawings to that, and we have to get some cost guesstimates or estimates from the architect to finalize that. We all are kind of in agreement that may be a better way of doing things. So that's being worked on. Okay. Sherry, I think you told me we received Tony DeLuca's $25,000.
We received the contract for it.
A contract for it. Okay, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. For Tony, that's a $25,000 grant for the decorative and safety light, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're working on getting that finalized and in.
It's already in. Already went back in, and then we got an additional $5,000 for police.
For the police.
Police equipment.
Good. Oh, and I just want to, what Katie said there, you know, there's two nice things in there. One of them is an email. It says, I just want to thank the plow drivers for doing such a great job keeping our roads in great shape through all this. It's signed by Debbie, and I'm not going to say where she lives. And there's another one that's from another resident, Borough Mayor Smith. We would like to compliment Joe Bellotti and Borough's road crew for the way that they handled the unprecedented snowstorm on February 5th, 2010. All of our streets and alleys were passable within 2 days of the storm. The hills were kept cleaned and salted down to the pavement. Even during the heaviest snowfall, our streets were kept in such good condition that the mailman only missed Saturday, and that's true. February 6th, delivery of the garbage men were able to come on their regularly scheduled day, February 7th. We watched the news and saw some of the hardships that many of our neighboring communities had to suffer, though. We felt fortunately that Joe was out there taking such good care of our community. So that's nice. And then there is a letter, I'm sorry, it's a check in here from the Blawnox Tires account. And it's made out to the Blawnox Police Department. It says, thank you for all your help at our fire in October. We were finally back to normal. And it says residents of the high rise. So that's to our police department. And we put in their little account that they have some goodies that they need now and then. That's all I have.
Tom, there was a little difference on that about the mailmen. They didn't get out till I found out why the place is so bad a shape. They couldn't get the trucks out of the parking lot, so therefore they didn't start delivering until noon or thereafter, and they had to be back in at 5 o'clock. The person that wrote that letter was at the beginning of the route. Everybody that lived at the end of the route, there was no mail on
Where's the
Monday.
beginning of
And right at St. Edwards,
that way?
that
this
way,
That way.
that way.
Yeah.
So the people at the end of the route, up
Well,
there,
it was still.
there was no
It
delivery.
wasn't our fault.
no, it wasn't our fault, no.
No.
The trucks weren't cleared and the lot wasn't plowed, they couldn't get the trucks out.
No, that's good. I
That's
mean, we can't help
it's
that.
normal post
We
office
did our
procedure.
deal.
No, Glenville didn't even have mail delivered to them,
Really?
because Tommy fought his way to work to get there to deliver the mail. They
Tommy
got no,
Wales?
yeah, they got no mail delivered to the Glenville post office, so they,
You know, that's the same thing happened at Westview. They only had the
Like-
5 guys show up out of like 30-some. It was the people couldn't get there. You know, that's why the mail delivery was,
We
it
were
was rough.
fortunate, thank goodness.
they were wrong.
Sherry, reports have been going in, wasteland management report, liquid fuels report, W-3s were due, the social security, all that good stuff has been going in. In addition, I've met with our workman's comp rep today, our annual meeting. So we're doing status quo, expected to finish up the audit with the auditors on Monday. And that should be, Monday coming up. And that should be our last day of working together, and then we should have, the audit report, so we can file that.
Good.
Right, so we've had our hands full with people coming in and out of that door, you know, just to do their, and a lot of reports to file, a lot of reports we do the first 3 months of the year. But the good news is, they're in.
Sherry, we're gonna have Joe Muscatel come to the next council meeting to give a report on the update of the bond issue.
Yes, and I will call him while you are, out, and I will, set that up.
Okay.
Yes. Got it. That's all.
Okay, I have nothing. So with that being said, meeting is adjourned. 6:20.
What's that?